What's going on, man? It's your boy Just Nice Cigars, and you are now tuned into episode 8 of Nice Cigarz Podcast. I'm here with Benny Cigars. Listen, we are in beautiful Codio Cigar Shop down here in Perth Amboy, New Jersey. Listen, born in Ethiopia, moving to Irvington, New Jersey at just the age of 13, adapting to a new country, a new culture, and a whole new life. But instead of folding under pressure, he built something. For over 30 years, this man has turned passion into purpose, hand-selecting premium tobaccos, crafting rich, smooth blends, and building a brand rooted in tradition, culture, and connection. From humble beginnings to distributing across New York, New Jersey, all 50 states, and now expanding into Georgia, he's not just selling cigars, he's building community. When you light one of his sticks, you're not just smoking, you're experiencing decades of dedication. On today's episode of Nice Cigarz Podcast, episode 8, Benny Cigars. How you doing today, brother?
I'm good, my brother.
And
I think it's the end of the conversation now. You can't do nothing better than that.
listen, I'd say this to everybody. I pride myself on the intros. And yeah, man, I do my research and I try to do it as good as I can to, because a lot of people don't get their flowers, man, and that's why I pride myself on these introductions. Like a black-owned company, you come from a different country, you're doing something amazing. Not only do you have your own cigar, the company who makes 2 of your cigars, this is their lounge.
Yes.
You help run this lounge.
Yes.
You're doing a lot, man. It's not just a cigar brand.
It is. It's a passion. It's something that I took up years ago. When I first started, I went to a shop that was owned by Cuban Defect, Mom and Pop. And this was back in 96. Okay. I can't forget the day, October 6, 1996.
To the day.
Went into a shop and hated every bit of the smoke. I'm not going to lie to you. I hated every. But what captured my attention is the attention to detail those two old couple had. The mom was rolling the cigar. The husband was talking to the customers that was coming in and out. And the story behind it, and the story of those two couple that defected from Cuba was what captured me. It's not like today where you Google everything.
Yeah.
It's either you read about it or you hear firsthand.
Yeah.
So that's what captured me. And the more I went back just to smoke a cigar, I just buy a cigar, take one puff, or go outside and throw it away. It just captured my attention just to go sit there and just listen to those two couples.
And I was the same.
Barely speak English.
And I was the same, man. Like, I'd never liked cigars my whole life. Like, oh, the smell, this and that. Oh, my whole life. And I mean, at a time when I was young, I was smoking cigarettes then. I ain't even smoked a cigarette since like 2006, but I didn't like cigars. And then now it's such a passion of mine. I like just want to be in the world of cigars somehow, some way. And I love talking, so why not create the podcast? You know what I mean? Like, and this is not just, I need people to understand. I'm not just putting Benny on this podcast just for content and saying I like your cigars. These shits is, listen to me. I smoked all 4 of them: the General, the Queen, and the Habano, and then the Extra. Listen, there's not a miss. In any of the 4, there's not a miss. Like, each cigar is good for some. Like this General, broad, punch you in your nose, but listen, taste beautiful. But you need, to me, you eat after. This is after you eat something good cigar, right? Then you go to like either one of the Habanos. That's coffee.
Yes.
That thing right there with that coffee.
Yes.
Amazing. And then you got the Queen. I feel like the Queen can be paired with anything.
The Queen can be, and it's for everybody. That was the first cigar that I came out with. I didn't want a cigar that had a punch, nor it was too light. So I wanted to be something that can appeal to everybody. The smokers, the non-smokers, the ladies. Actually, the ladies are my biggest customers of the Queen.
That's dope.
They love it.
That's dope.
So that that was done purposely just to appeal to everybody. And eventually, when I came out with the second one and the third one and the fourth one, which we unveiled last month, it was to make sure that people understood my goal. It wasn't just to give them something that's just one, and everybody would, you smoke something or you eat something and you don't expect it to go up or down.
Mm-hmm.
You stay the same. But I wanted some type of elevation to make everybody understand that I am serious about this.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that I appeal to everybody's palate. So we have something that's good for everybody. Whether you're a smoker, non-smoker, light smoker, full body, medium, either way, I have something for each and every individual.
Listen, because like I said, it took me maybe a week and a half to get through all four, and I'm not one of those guys that's going to smoke your cigar and just tell you it's good. This motherfucker is right, man. All four of them, like, it's for different times in different places for each one, like, fire. You were born in Ethiopia and
Yes.
moved to Irvington at 13.
Yes.
What was that transition like for you as a young teen?
Tough. It was a culture shock.
I can imagine.
Moving into Irvington, well, let me go back. I lived in India for 3 years before I came to America.
Oh, wow.
My father was in the airlines. He was an airlines manager for Ethiopian Airlines. He was transferred to India. We lived in India for 3 years to Bombay. Well, it's called Mumbai now. Bombay. That was another culture shock. To go from Ethiopia to India and learn a new culture, language, a lot of the things that I wasn't used to. That was hard enough. But then we moved here. Once we moved here, it was just another culture shock.
I can only imagine, man.
So, and it wasn't like for example, anybody that knows Ethiopians, we are mostly in DMV area, the DC, the Virginia, the Silver Spring, Maryland area, Atlanta, but New Jersey wasn't the place. So automatically I had to assimilate. I had to get to know everything about the country firsthand. So it was tough. It was tough, unexplainable tough.
I could only imagine, man.
But it taught me. I was lucky enough to move into a neighborhood where everybody looked out for each other, didn't care who you were, and to this day we're the best of friends.
That's what's up.
And while we were there, 2 years later, my father passed away, and the older guys, the older gentlemen, the fathers of the block took us in and made sure that we were good, especially me, because I was a bit of a knucklehead for my mother.
Okay.
I gave her a hard time.
What were some values from your upbringing that still guide you today?
Hard work. Hard work. My mother was a prime example. Once my father passed away, she did everything in the world to make sure that we didn't realize that we had nothing.
Whew. Man.
And that was something that to the day she died, she made sure that we were shielded from thinking that we had absolutely nothing.
Man.
But and after she passed away is when I realized that we had everything that was needed. And I appreciate that.
Women are amazing, man.
They are.
Women are amazing.
They are. They are.
Amazing.
They are.
Did you always have an entrepreneurial mindset, or did that develop over time?
It took some time. It took some time. I always had the ideas to get into the businesses. Got into a restaurant business. Did well. I moved back to Ethiopia to open up a restaurant. And that was a hell of an experience.
Yeah.
It was a hell of an experience. But that was a stepping stone into getting into this business. I learned a lot. I learned customer service. I learned how to appeal, how to talk to people. You can't just get into a business without either mentorship or without understanding how to be a businessman.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, I didn't have the mindset to get into the business, but eventually I pushed myself to get into it.
What did success look like to you back then compared to now?
I thought success was instant.
Mm.
I thought that as I get into a business, I didn't think about all the expenses that come along of being a businessman.
Yeah.
It's more expenses than it is profit until a certain point.
Until a
certain point. And everybody asks, what is your 5-year goal? What is your 5-year plan? I like to tell everybody, what is your yearly plan?
Mm-hmm.
Because that makes you or breaks you. And as a boutique cigar owner, and I think everybody that's in the business will attest to this, you have one chance to fail and plenty of chances to succeed.
Absolutely.
And that one chance is that first year. If you don't work hard that first year, you might as well fold.
Mm-hmm.
Because coming back from not satisfying your customers is the hardest thing you can do to rebound.
Absolutely.
So that, as boutique cigars, where we have to go in a mindset, or any business, you have one chance to fail.
Absolutely.
And I believe in the motto, there's no such thing called failure. Everything is an experience.
Definitely. Experience and a lesson.
Exactly. It's only a failure when you think of it as being a failure.
Mm-hmm. Or if you quit.
If you quit.
You can't. With me, having a sneaker convention since 2015, it's like people don't understand. They think that it's just going to be given to them. And even if people was from the outside looking in, they automatically think your business is successful when they don't know the ins and outs.
Yes.
They see the outside, they see the core, but they don't understand the expenses that come with running a business.
Absolutely.
And then, it sucks that people they don't know the logistics, so they just automatically assume, oh, he's got a cigar, he's got to be doing great.
Yes.
Oh, he owns a whole convention.
Yes.
He's got to be doing great.
Absolutely.
People don't understand those ins and outs.
They don't. Take me as an example. I'm the owner, the CEO, the president, the delivery guy, the quality control.
Yeah.
Hell, I'm the janitor. The only thing I'm not is the accountant and the doctor, and both of them are telling me to slow the hell down, because I'm moving with 2 and 3 hours sleep sometimes.
Man,
and including my wife. The 3 of them are telling me to slow down, but I have a goal and I have a plan, and I want to see it reach that level that I have a goal for.
it's to the point where it's like my body thinks 4 hours of sleep is regular.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I feel like if I get any more than that, then I'm tired. It's crazy, man.
Absolutely.
Let me see your light. Your light?
Yeah. I'll give you a mat.
When did you first try a cigar and what made it stick?
Well, like I said, the first one was when I met Mom and Pop.
Mm-hmm.
But truly enjoying the cigar was in, I want to say 2002, 2003. Another friend of mine took me to a shop. And it was his birthday, and he was a cigar smoker.
Okay.
He took me with him, and I tried a cigar which is very popular even right now. Wow. Which I should have never ever in my life smoked, because I did not understand what I was looking for.
What cigar was that?
It was Opus X.
Oh, that was your first?
That was my first one that I really, truly sat down and smoked. And let me tell you something, man. That's when I believe they only made 750,000 cigars every 2 years.
Damn.
And it used to come in a DVD case. The plastic case the DVDs used to come.
Yeah.
It was only 2 sticks in there. And it used to be a DVD inside with the story of the Fuente family. And to this day, I still have that DVD.
Yeah, it was a real DVD.
It was a real DVD
wow.
CD of the Fuente family history. And, well, I don't even know if anybody has DVD players now, but I have the DVD.
Listen, I ain't seen one ever. That's crazy. So Opus X is what stuck.
Opus X was my first true cigar. Now they have so many Opus X's. Back then, it was only one Opus X. And then after that, I really got into it. I started trying different cigars, and every time I go to a lounge, I would talk to whoever was behind the register to recommend a cigar for me. And I didn't care whether it was the body. I just wanted to sit down and enjoy it. And the more I smoked it, the more I enjoyed it. And I didn't get my the understanding of the notes of each cigar until about 2007. Took me quite some time. That's when I started understanding. I started reading more about it, what to look out for. And here we are now.
So after that, at what point did cigars become more than just a hobby?
During COVID, just before COVID, my mother got sick. She had cancer. And they...
My condolences, brother.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. They told us that she had to go into hospice. There was nothing they could do for her.
Yeah.
Me and my brother and my sister, I'm the oldest, decided to bring her home with us. There was no way in the world we was going to put her in a nursing home. So we bought her home, and we took turns sitting next to our mother. So I had the day shift. My brother had the night shift. My sister would come relieve us when we're tired. And then she would take it over on the weekends. And when my brother would come in to relieve me, I'll go sit in the backyard and light a cigar. While I was in the backyard, something came up on me. I should just start writing down blends. That's how these cigars came about. I sat in the backyard, I took a pen and my pad, I just started writing down blends. No idea about getting into the business. Just started writing them down. And eventually, after my mother passed away, in I want to say 23, I built a walk-in humidor in my basement, just for my own. I had a bunch of cigars I need to store, so I said, you know what? Let me
a bunch. How many are we
own.
talking? A bunch.
Oh.
And this is just different brands, or
different brands. I was just every time I go to shops in Pennsylvania, I would go buy 4 or 5 boxes at a time and bring it home. And eventually I run out of place in my living room, so I ended up having to build a walk-in humidor in my basement.
Sheesh.
So I had it close to about 2,000 sticks. So I approached a few mom and pop factories in DR. I knew a bunch of them from going back and forth. But the amount of cigar, and I wanted them to make me a cigar for my own consumption. No, I didn't want to get into the business. But the amount of cigars that they wanted to make for me was way too much.
Yeah.
I couldn't even give it away. But eventually, I run into this brother, and he said, hey, listen, I'll just make you 4,000 cigars. I said, but I don't want to get into the business. That's not what I want. He said, well, that's the least I can make you. So you know what? If you're going to make me 4,000 cigars, I might as well get into the business. He made me 4,000 cigars with the contingent upon that I would double my second order. So I signed the contract, unveiled it in February 27, 2024. By April the 1st, I was all out of 4,000 cigars.
Whew.
But I wasn't prepared for the second one. Because I thought it was going to take me about 6 months to finish that. Thankfully, he was prepared. He saw the way I was moving. He was prepared. So I didn't have cigar until November. Mind you, I finished in April. Didn't have any until November. People kept asking me, hey, where's your cigars? It's coming. It's coming. So eventually I told them, I say, listen, I can't come back out with another one. Here's another blend. Let's try this one. We tried it. Loved it. Brought in a few people just to let them taste it and see what they like about it. And everybody picked the cigars that...
Now, what company was this that made those cigars?
Codio.
Codio, okay.
Codio Cigars in Tamborero.
Okay.
So while I was there, I approached another company and said, hey, I have 2 more blends. Can you make these? We tried it, made it. So we decided that I wasn't going to unveil the 3 additional lines, including the Queen Makeda, until January.
Okay. Of 25.
25. So we unveiled 3 additional lines plus the one that I had, the Queen Makeda.
In January 25.
In January 25.
And you was only expecting to do one.
One, yes. So social media is a hell of a problem. How we met, me and you. Mm-hmm. I started getting orders from Detroit, Oklahoma, Arizona, Charlotte, North Carolina, Atlanta, DC. Whew. Couldn't fulfill them. So, but I made sure that they understood my goal was to make sure that my footprint in Jersey was well taken care of. And then after that, I would branch out. Initially, I wanted to just get into the shops that are 15 minutes from a drive from my house. Just in case at any time they wanted me, I wanted to be there. So I didn't branch out. And had people from 45 minutes away, an hour drive away that wanted the cigar, but I had to turn them down. Simply because I wanted to make sure that the cigar was well received. But now we're gonna start moving out. We're working on the e-commerce. So eventually, I just did Atlanta. I have Raleigh, North Carolina's coming up, and eventually we will branch out. And I will be at Philly Cigar Week in June, Chicago Cigar Week. And just got a call from Dallas. We're working.
Amazing.
Just got a call from Dallas Smoke. We're talking to them now to see if we can get that going.
Because, man, listen, people need to understand, like, cigars speak for themselves. You know, if a person has an independent brand, you know, which you have, if it's a good cigar, it's going to speak for itself. Just like, you know, I got my guy Osvaldo over here, OM Cigars. He's in the building with us. Shout out OM. He has amazing cigars.
Absolutely.
It's like people need to understand these boutique cigars are done with love, bro. Like at one point, I mean, I'm guilty even at one point of only, you know, smoking the big brands and not even giving the boutiques a chance. That's because I was ignorant. You know what I'm saying? I was just smoking cigars. Oh, that's an Ashton or that's a whatever or that's that. I'm just going to smoke that. Then when I really started getting into the boutiques, like, damn, like these blends are amazing, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What did the New York and New Jersey cigar scene look like 30 years ago compared to today?
We don't even have to go 30 years ago. We can go back 15 years ago. Very slow. It was only a handful of cigar shops. When you walk in there, you either meet retirees, or very, very few that are in their 40s. Even when you go to somebody's cookout and light a cigar, no, man, get that stinking thing out of me,
Yo.
out of here. But these last 10, 15 years, actually about 10 years, it has been a phenomenal boost to the industry. I can speak about the black community. I'm from Irvington. You go to downtown Newark area, 2 miles each way, you have about 5 to 7 shops. Within 2 mile radius, you have 5 different shops. Either way you
everywhere,
go. Everywhere you go. And I like to think that they all doing pretty well.
Yeah.
And I support them, and not as a brand owner, but as a customer, because it's a tight-knit community. And majority of the greatest people that I've ever met have been in the cigar lounges.
Listen, I've made great relationships just off of being in a cigar lounge, smoking a cigar. Real recognize real, good recognize good. And cigars bring together good people.
Absolutely.
Simple.
Absolutely.
Simple. And it's crazy you say you're from Irvington because, so I'm originally from Wildwood. Me and my wife live in Atlantic City.
Cool.
She's from Jersey City. And when I met her, she was living in Irvington. So, you know what I mean? It's crazy that you say Irvington. I haven't heard Irvington since 2015 when me and her first met. You know what I mean? You personally hand select tobacco. What exactly are you looking for in choosing that?
Different. Like you said, the boutique cigars have to stick out. Simply because we can't kill a brand and come back and reintroduce it. When it's dead, it's dead.
Yeah.
So we're looking for something that appeals to everybody. Take your personal feelings out of it, because I can't give everybody what I like. Simply because my palate is not their palate.
Yeah.
I built my palate over time, and it took some time to get to the point where I like what I like. So you have to give people exactly what they're looking for and introduce them to something new and explain to them. So that's how you select your tobacco. And you also have to take into account there's a master blender in there somewhere. His opinion matters because he has seen it all. My master blender has over 50 years in the game. Has worked with Davidoff, Fuente, and different small shops.
Bro,
So you have to take that guy, you know what? He doesn't speak English, and I break up Spanish, and I understand it now. But we understand each other.
Oh yeah.
Big up to Marcelino, from Tamboril, Santiago.
I cannot wait till it's my time
Yes.
to go to a farm and just
And big up to
smell
Cordio.
things, touch things, just see. I just want to see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's so the art of picking the tobacco, aging, drying, hanging, all everything, fermentation, everything that comes with it.
Yes.
To those rolling tables, like
Absolutely.
I just want to be. I want to see everything. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, I watch so endless videos, and it's crazy. Where just a short 4 years ago, I had no clue that these were hand rolled. I had no clue. I'm thinking, you see these cigars? Oh, there's a machine somewhere pressing these cigars out.
Yes.
And then when I really started, it's like, yo, this shit is how many cigars are just in United States. How many cigars are just in the state of New Jersey?
Whew.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
And
Yes.
hand rolled, that shit is amazing to me, man.
Well, that's why every time either I get on the mic to introduce myself to a big crowd or a one-on-one conversation, I never say I say we. There's the farm worker that you never hear of. There's the factory workers. There's that lady that puts your cigars in the box. Well, before they go in the box, put it in that bag. The labels. So when I say we, I'm including everybody into this.
The person cleaning the factory
Yes.
floor.
Without them, this cigar is absolutely nothing.
Absolutely.
Nothing. And there's each one of them have extensive years of experience, much more than I can attain. And I'll take theirs into account, and I make sure I give them as much credit as possible for everything that's here.
How long did it take for you to get the queen to the tasting that you liked? How long did that process take?
Surprisingly, less than 3 months.
Really?
Yes, surprisingly.
How many you think? How many?
Oh, I tried about 15 to 20 cigars a day
Woo!
when I went to the factory, just to make sure that it was right for me and right for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, you don't smoke. You take a few puffs and put it down and pick up another one,
Yeah.
put it down. But it took some time. We actually started it here in this shop.
Nice.
Yeah.
The shop is beautiful. And once again, shout out Codio, man. Like, your first 2 cigars created by them. Beautiful humidor, beautiful space, basement looking amazing.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
To you, what separates a good cigar from a great cigar?
Your understanding of it. What's the best cigar is not the best for everybody. Your palate dictates everything. Quality, time well spent before it's introduced to the public. A lot of people look for the name behind it. I look for passion, not just the name, because the best of cigars that I've had didn't have those known names attached to it. So it's the passion that's behind the cigar. As Val can attest, that you don't have to go to the biggest factory to get the best cigar.
Mm-hmm.
You could get it at the bottom of the shelf. That's not a name, but the passion and the hard work that goes behind it, what dictates each cigar.
Absolutely.
There's a guy here in Jersey. I used to go there back in early 2000. I still go to this day. And shout out to Sanji. Sanji Cigars. I went into a shop, picked up a cigar that was about $15 when I thought the price of the cigar mattered.
And it don't.
Sanji told me, put that down. I got a $5 cigar for you, which is much better than that one. And let me tell you, I don't remember the name. I was green, and I used to sit down and just listen, soak up everything Sanji was saying. Sanji, big up to you, you bastard.
Yeah, shout out Sanj Patel, man.
I call him an asshole. You Indian asshole.
I haven't,
but
met
I
him
love
yet,
that guy.
But I've talked to him a couple of times in DM. But that Maduro gas station sushi is that's one of my go-tos in the summertime. Go out on the balcony, smoke with a coffee.
Yes. I learned a lot from that guy. I learned a lot from Codio. He's in the business. So I make sure that I sit down and speak to these people that have been in the business for some time, because this is a business that knowledge doesn't just come. You talk to those that have been in the business for a long time, and you take the rights and wrongs from them. And if it wasn't, for example, Cordio, I would have made plenty of mistakes. I avoided those mistakes simply because I sat down and spoke to him, and he beat it into my head each and every day. I wish he was here, but maybe next time we'll have him.
Yeah, you know what's dope too? It's like,
Yes.
there's people that get their own cigars made, put a label on it, the people rolling it. Here you go. Here's your cigar. You have the pleasure of having them with you through life.
Yes.
You can't lose with that.
Can't.
You can't.
Can't.
Because, I mean, I'm sure there's factories out there. Oh, you want your cigar? It'll be this many. You're going to get 50,000. Here's your cigars. You do what you want with your
Can't
cigars.
just slap your name on a cigar and say, "This is my cigar."
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
The fact that you have a family, it's not just a business.
Yes.
You're not going to lose.
Absolutely.
You're not going to
You
lose.
absolutely can't. You absolutely can't.
If someone is smoking a Benny cigar for the first time, what do you want them to experience?
Each one of my cigars have a history behind them. There's something to learn from. Like, for example, you look at my, just without talking about just the cigar alone, the names that I picked. Queen Makeda, for example. Nobody knows where the name came from. Queen Makeda is actually the real name of Queen of Sheba, for anybody that don't know. Queen of Sheba is the mother of King Solomon's son, Menelik. Anybody remember there's a cigar called Menelik made by Foundation Cigars.
Okay.
That's the mother. Her real name is Makeda or Makda. We come from the same tribe in Ethiopia. So I had to dedicate my first cigar to her. There's a history behind that one. The General.
But hold up, before we get into general.
Yes.
Did your mother did your mother and you play some type of part in that Queen cigar as well?
Oh, absolutely.
Listen, I knew it.
Absolutely.
I just had to put that. We had to talk about that
Absolutely.
because I
My
had a
mother
feeling.
made sure that we knew where we came from. Made sure that we knew our family. Made sure we knew our history. Made sure that we didn't get lost in a new country. She encouraged us to be a part of where we are, but don't forget where you come from. Help those that are in need, and understand and teach those that don't know who you are, where you come from, about the history of your background. And that's simply why Makeda is here. And now when it comes to the cigar, what I want people to take from my cigar is, I always say the quality and the passion that went behind it. But I also want them to understand that I made it for you to love. And I also made it friendly price-wise, that it's not too expensive for you. And I want you to come back and tell me. I'm the person that I take the good and the bad. And if you do have something critical about my cigar, I want you to tell me, because there's always room for improvement. That's what I want people to take from this. I put my all into it, but my passion is not a blind spot for me not to listen to what you have to say.
Yeah.
You know, it's a reason why God gave us one mouth and two ears. Shut up and listen.
Yep. And that's the thing that people need to understand. No matter how versed you are in whatever you're doing in life, there's always room to learn more.
Absolutely.
Always.
Absolutely.
Because I was one of those hard-head youngins, you know, I'm older now that just, you know, always thought I knew everything. Always, you know what I'm saying? Ran the streets nonstop. Nobody could tell me nothing. This is this and this is this and this is this. No, we're not doing that. Now that I'm the ripe age of 41, I mean, even, you know, throughout my 30s, I had to sit and listen. Because if you don't listen, you ain't getting nowhere.
Absolutely.
Simple.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just listen.
What was the biggest obstacle you had to overcome with creating that first blend, Queen?
The biggest obstacle. Whew, that's something I need to a lot. I had to train myself that this is not just a passion, it has turned into a business. When I say that, the obstacle is making myself believe that I can do this. I can go door to door, knock on everybody's door, and introduce myself. You can see I'm not the prototype cigar person. So I knew the road would be much harder. Even now, simply because, and I understand from the shop's point of view, holding a boutique cigar is much harder for them.
Yeah.
Than it is the name brands.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to convince them that my cigar will sell in their shop. And I will be at their shop day in and day out if they need me to talk to their customer. That's why I have, on a weekly basis, I'll always have events at every shop that I go into to make their people understand, their customers understand that this is a cigar that they need to try. So the obstacle is getting through that door. And once I get through the door, leave it up to me to talk to the customers. Let me make them understand that there's a good product here. So off the top of my head, that would be the biggest obstacle.
Man, I mean, I've already told Osvaldo about this, but me and one of my guys are partnering doing a cigar boat cruise in Atlantic City. I got to get both of you guys out there, you know. Got to.
My pleasure.
Got to get people, you guys' cigars. I mean, of course, you know, there's big brands out there that are amazing. I'm a Drew Estate head. Liga Privada is my shit. You know what I'm saying? That's my shit. Liga Privada number 9, that's my shit. But there's so many other brands, especially like you two guys are in New Jersey. I'm from New Jersey. I want to bring this thing together, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and you know what? I appreciate you driving. What's that, 2-hour drive?
Absolutely, bro.
To get here.
Yeah.
And my plan was to come down there, have a conversation with you.
Mm-hmm.
But I do appreciate you coming here.
Absolutely.
And
even though it didn't work out down our way. Listen, as long as I'm off of work, I'm getting in that car going where I need to get to.
North Jersey is a good place to be when it comes to cigars.
Yeah, I mean, like I did episodes. I flew to Miami. You know what I mean? Like I'm wherever I can get some good content, talk to some good people, and learn some stuff. It's nothing but a flight. It's nothing but a car ride.
For those that are outside of the Jersey market, in my opinion, I think Jersey market, cigar market, bar none, might be one of the hottest markets for cigars. I mean, if I could count now, you have, that I know of, well over 1,000 shops that I know of. Each way you go, there's a cigar shop. The cigar culture is booming.
Yeah.
The cigar market is booming. It's not like the .com era where everybody wanted to make cigars and bail out.
Yeah.
No, this is a cigar era.
Can you remember was there ever a moment? I'm sure it was. We all get those moments. Was there ever a moment where you thought about quitting?
No.
Never.
Once I got into it, I knew I was in for the long haul. For one, money has been invested. There was no way backing now.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I have not. I have not, and I don't bow out that easy. Anything. Of course, as being in the business long enough, different businesses long enough, I understand it takes some time to build a brand, and it does take some sacrifice. Your home life, financially,
Mm-hmm.
but no, I have not.
What was the turning point that helped you expand nationally?
I have not yet.
I mean, you may not be. I mean, like you said, the states that you're in. Like, when you were just in Jersey, had your cigars. What was that point where it was like, damn, now I'm in New York.
Well,
Now you know what I mean?
let me go back. About 4 months ago, I had some cigars that I was just aging. I was hiding it. A gentleman that I know, a friend of mine, Sammy, from Dubai came. And anybody that's been overseas in the Dubai, Middle East market, the African market, they use the Cuban cigars. They have no clue about Nicaraguan.
Yeah.
They have no clue about Dominican. So he came, and I let him try one of the Queen. He loved it.
Nice.
He took it back. No, actually, he sent the picture back to one of his friends in Dubai. He live in Dubai. And the guy said, that's a nice box, but I don't know about the cigar. He said, believe me, the cigar is good. He said, bring back a box. He took a box with him. 2 days after he arrived in Dubai, the guy called and asked for 20 boxes.
Woo!
I told him I couldn't send him 20 boxes. I didn't have it.
Yeah.
Everything that I was doing was here. But I sent them 5 boxes. They loved it. Friend of his that's in Saudi Arabia wanted a few boxes.
Wow.
I sent them 3 boxes. Swiss, I sent 2 boxes. Ethiopia, I'm getting orders on a weekly basis.
How did that feel? Sending cigars back to Ethiopia, bro.
It felt, for anybody that doesn't know, United Nations is in New York. They call New York the world capital because of United Nations. Ethiopia is the African capital because the African Union is in Ethiopia, in the capital city. And I just got an order in from a few of the African ambassadors that are in Ethiopia through a friend of mine. Who keeps ordering cigars, and I appreciate them. Yes.
Amazing,
Yes.
man.
So it's just a matter of time before we start expanding into the African market.
That's amazing, man.
So now that we have enough products, once I'll take care of Jersey and do a lot of these events outside slowly but surely. We'll try to go to the overseas market.
Yo, congratulations on that, man.
Yeah.
How many people with a boutique brand can say some shit like that, bro?
Well, thank God. It's my mother's blessing.
Blessed, man.
It's my
Oh
mother's
my
blessing.
God.
So it's just a matter of time before we start expanding into this markets. But of course, that's without saying that I'm thankful. And it's just a matter of time before the work becomes too much for me to handle.
Yeah.
So
Hey, but you gonna handle it, brother.
I hope so.
Absolutely.
I hope so.
You recently introduced your cigars to Georgia.
Yes.
What was that like?
Oh, the reception was phenomenal. Phenomenal. My first event was at a lounge called Cubana Cigar Bar in Mapleton, Georgia.
Okay.
I met the gentleman, the owner, and his partner, in New York. A friend of mine introduced me to them, and they asked me to come out to their shop. And we went out there, and they just opened about less than a year ago. And she told me that was her biggest night she ever had. And of course, social media is a thing where I beat it in the head, introduced it day in and day out. And we had a great night. And Havana Cigar Lounge in Atlanta, gentleman named Rob, great guy. I asked him if I could have it at one of his shops. He invests in 3 or 4 different shops. He just purchased one, and before renovation, he asked me to come do it for Super Bowl Sunday. It was a great one.
Nice.
It was a great one. I actually have an invite to come back to Atlanta in April the 4th. I'll be there.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're trying to hit a few more markets. Of course, like I said, I'm a one-man show right now.
Yeah.
So it's, and a lounge called Abby's in Nicedale, North Carolina.
Okay.
I'll be there on the 25th.
You gotta get some brand ambassadors soon.
I do.
Jeez.
I do.
Goodness gracious.
Just a matter of time.
Yeah, you outside.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. What's something people misunderstand about running a cigar brand?
What's something people understand about business altogether?
Yeah.
It's not easy. Especially customer-based business. It's not easy. You walk into a room, let's say 20 people with 40 different personalities. They like to compare your cigars to what they like. It's like going to a restaurant. Everybody wants their grandmother's cooking.
Yep.
You could put 4 people in the table, order the same food. You get 4 different opinions.
Yep, absolutely.
So it's understanding each and every individual. People say you don't have to, but you do have to. It's a customer-based business.
Hey, if you ain't good with people,
It's not the business
It's customer
for you.
service. People
It's
need to
not the
understand.
business for you.
And there's people that get into this, and people need to understand you're not gonna make everybody happy.
No,
It's
absolutely
impossible.
not. Absolutely not.
But you're gonna try your best to.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's your job.
Mm-hmm.
It's your job to make them understand there is a story and a passion behind what you make.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they don't, I've had people that say, that cigar is not for me.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. You gave me something, a feedback. You don't understand you gave me a feedback, but you did give me a feedback. So now I have to understand what it is that you like. And the next cigar that I make is with you in mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's not with everybody in mind. That individual right there in mind. I'm not saying he's going to buy thousands of cigars, but I have to capture his attention.
Mm-hmm.
And not just him. His opinion is the same as
Yes.
a lot of
people. As a fraction of
you
people.
have to use that one individual as your goal to make sure that people understand.
Mm-hmm.
Understand that you are putting it out there for them to love your product.
Absolutely. How important is branding and storytelling in the industry?
Oh, very, 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 very. Everything has to have a story behind it. Everything. Your life has to have a story behind it.
Absolutely.
People have to know that you came from humble beginnings.
Yep.
Everything that you do in life. When you wake up in the morning, that's a story. You woke up. And that 12 to 24 hours has to mean something. There's a story within that day. You woke up. You eat breakfast at night with your wife and your kids. That's one story.
Mm-hmm.
There's a conversation that's to be had with your family before you walk out the door.
Yeah.
You have to leave in the right state of mind. That's a story.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout your day, you go through a lot of things, good, bad, and different. You come home, you share everything with your family. You know, as men, we have a problem. Not to go away from the topic at
Hey,
hand.
listen, this is what we're here. We're here to talk, brothers.
Yes, there's a problem that we internally hold everything
Mm-hmm.
because that's what we have been taught to do. You're a man.
Shut up and handle it. That's it.
You got to make sure you handle everything. You have to make people happy, especially your family. But there are ways to put it out and make the load a little bit lighter on you. That's what it is.
Yeah. What advice would you give someone trying to start their own cigar company?
Follow your heart. Follow your heart. Don't give up too easily. And don't let the opinions of others put you down. Strive to be the best that you could be in everything that you do.
Yep. To me, it's
And
like,
if you give your all, if everything in you has been put out, you haven't failed.
yeah, it's a lesson. Like
It's a
we
lesson.
said before.
Yes.
And people need to understand that too. Like, people can say what they want, but at the end of the day, you got to learn on your own.
Yes.
You can't from the jump take everyone's advice. You have to learn on your own.
Absolutely. I got it, man.
You talk about giving back. What does community mean to you?
A lot. I grew up in a community where everybody took care of me. The older guys, the older ladies, the older mothers on the block that I grew up in made sure that I didn't make a left somewhere. Of course, I did everything to go to the left. Yeah.
Me
But
too, brother. Me
somebody
too.
always pulled me to the side, whether I listened or not at the time. They spoke to me, and I listened but didn't listen. I heard but didn't listen. But later on, as I got older, I understood. So giving back to any community and everything around you is something that was instilled in me by those that were around me. My parents, my family members, my older family members, those that I grew up next door to. So giving back is whew,
It's big, man.
yeah.
It's big. What kind of legacy are you building beyond cigars?
History. History behind what I am putting out there. The legacy of my family, my heritage, those around me. Of course, I keep going back to my childhood days. So that's something that I want to leave. We're in the day and time now. Everything is now. And I don't want to blame the generation that's here. I blame the generation that came before. We didn't do enough to make sure that the generation that's coming after us understands what it is to be responsible enough. Not financially, but culturally. We haven't done enough.
Yeah.
And I believe that we need to do enough. Because it's a time that everything is forgotten instantly. Because we live in an instant world.
Mm-hmm. Everybody wants instant gratification.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I told you earlier, I learned about this business from mom and pop. That had a history behind them. The trials and tribulations. The reading of a book to understand cigars not Google it. Well, of course, I'm Googling the Chat GPT in the now,
Yeah.
but I read a lot about cigar culture, a lot. And I'm not the one that was studious. By far, I'm one of the people you should take as a role model in the school system. I wasn't.
Yeah.
But I found a passion that I wanted to know.
Mm-hmm.
And I read a lot when I was younger. And that's what's, and I went to Cuba twice
Nice.
to understand, not just to look at the beautiful country, but to understand the cigar culture and understand the people. And it was a rude awakening. It was something I hold near and dear to my heart because I learned a lot from those that worked in the farms. And that's what I want people to understand.
Last question.
Yes.
If 13-year-old Benny could see you now, what do you think he would say?
You asshole, you did something. I didn't think you would do something like this.
Yeah. Amazing, man. Listen, episode 8 with Benny Cigars. If you want to get in contact and get your hands on these cigars, DM me. I'll get you to Benny, or Benny will be tagged in everything that I post. Listen, these cigars are amazing. Tap in. Once again, Nice Cigarz Podcast, episode 8 with Benny Cigars. And like I always say, chase the vision, not the money.